about you. One plus one ain't always two. When you learn the stuff every day, taking me round and round this London Bridge, just falling down, destructive in every way, every way. We don't need it, 'cause you go and speak your mind, you speak your mind, honey. We don't need it. You have to be with your kind and make lots of money. Go and help yourself, you don't need no one else. Go and help yourself, 'cause you're running out of time. Go and help yourself, you don't need no one else. Go and help yourself, you're breaking on my mind. Oh, can't you feel it? Did you steal it? Can't you feel it? You're breaking on my mind. Could you see it? Don't you want to be it? Could you see that you're running out of time? Won't you do it? There's nothing to it. Won't you do it? What else is there to find? Can't you feel it? Don't you want to be it? Can't you feel it? You're breaking on my mind. Go and help yourself, you don't need no one else. Go and help yourself, 'cause you're running out of time. Go and help yourself, you don't need no one else. Go and help yourself, you're breaking on my mind. Go and help yourself, you don't need no one else. Go and help yourself, 'cause you're running out of time. Go and help yourself, you don't need no one else. Go and help yourself. Don't need no music, 'cause I can do just bad all by myself. I don't need no music, 'cause I can do that just by myself. This song is called Saturday Inside My Head. Here we go. Damn, it's only Wednesday, but on my mind it feels like the weekend. And right now, I got the party people bouncing to this girl here in my head. Oh, I like it, no, I love it. And if you stare, I don't care, because all I can do is keep it moving. Oh, well, I twist and shout, the weekday will keep me down instead. It's always Saturday inside my head. And just to this Friday, always work. So enjoy this, let's the party. Jeez, it's only Thursday, over halfway there. But goodness gracious me, oh, I don't know if I can make it that much longer, no. Running me out of hand, because I got to move my hair. And one part right here, for a taste of the day. It's giving me the air, the weekend will keep me down instead. It's always Saturday inside my head. And just to the Friday, Saturday. We're so happy that you didn't clock out at 5. So cheers to the weekend. And everybody really ain't gonna sleep till break of dawn. I'm making my rounds first to the mill, then downtown and bring it back up to right now. At last, touch it live. Standing on the corner saying, keep a bustin' out of town. The week to will kick back down and straight. It's always Saturday inside my head. And just do this around after day's work. So enjoy that Saturday like a party. Living underneath everyone, they wait forever for the end to come. We live or we die, it's all the same to you. In the garden of 1,000 sighs, this is where the ancient terror lies. If you have structured payments, but you need cash now, call JG Wentworth 877 cash now. Call now. What's good in the hood, everybody? Happy Monday. It is your girl, Allie A. You are tuning into a brand new episode of Two Hoes and a Console. Like, follow, share if you care, because a hoe's trying to grow. I'm going to start with something very quick, just because I want people to have an opportunity to cop it if they want it. Just give me one sec here. I want to make sure it's on the right screen. Why does this happen to me? Why does this happen? There is something weird going on, dagnabbit, with OBS and these sources, man. Like, why won't you work? You know work. Wait a minute. There we go. God, I got like 50 of them visible now. Hold on. One of these will make me visible, won't it? No? Let's see. Okay, Christ. And I have 2 of them up. Good God Almighty. Great God Almighty. What happens if I... Okay, that's the one that's there. Let's go to the bottom one. I'm sorry, y'all. I'm all over the place today. What happens if I remove that one? Okay. So, let me do a little bit of repositioning here. Oh my God, it's like, Allie, get your shit together. I know, and there's still 2 of them. I know. I don't know what's wrong with me.
Nope, I don't. Yeah, I just want one of you hoes. Is that too much to ask? Is that too much to ask? Well, that's gonna have to do for the time being, because it won't let me resize anything else. No, it will not. Okay, we'll just have to look this cute for now. So, apologies for the technical difficulties of the alignment of the screen, but if you have been looking for the PS5 Pulse3D wireless headset, here it is. I'm putting the link in the chat right now. We are streaming live on YouTube and Twitch. So, wireless headset. Let your people know. There is the link. If you want this headset, there is the link. It is in stock. I ordered one, the order completed, and thus far the order has not been canceled. So if you have been looking for this headset, if you know somebody who has been trying to cop that headset, like the song says, whoop, there it is. So I want to make sure right off from Jump Street, people have the time to be able to cop that headset, because it's probably the one accessory that has consistently sold out since PS5 pre-orders last month. This is also the site that we're going to talk about as well. This is the site that will be doing PS5 pre-orders tomorrow. One of more than likely multiple retailers dropping PS5 pre-orders, but this is the pre-order where they did the public announcement. So I will leave this up here for a moment for people to be able to take advantage of it. Just to be clear, they are very serious about one per customer. They are extremely serious about one per customer. Don't try to cheat the system, right? People had talked about people who secured their PS5 pre-order like I did from Best Buy. They're very strict on like one billing address per order. Because I've been trying to help multiple people secure their PS5 pre-order, and I learned that where it's like they wouldn't even let you check out because it's like, this is the same billing address and you already have one. And it's like, that's fair. I respect that. You know, I think the majority of sites where bots have been getting away with getting 20, 30, 50, 1,000 PS5 pre-orders has been like the Walmarts of the world. Maybe Target. Definitely Walmart, though. Best Buy has been on it. Maybe GameStop. You know, I'm not entirely sure. So I just wanted to make sure that people were able to see and take advantage of securing that headset. If you know anybody who's been looking for it, if you know anybody who's been dying to have it. There's another accessory we're going to talk about tonight too, an accessory I didn't know was coming live. I randomly stumbled upon it this weekend. A different headset by a wonderful company that I love, and a company that I use. I personally wanted this headset because I want to be able to hear about Sony's new 3D audio technology, right? Because if you talk about the higher end PS5 headsets, you're going to be looking at a solid $250 to some are as high as $500, some are as high as like $750, just depending upon what it is exactly that you are looking for. So I would definitely say take advantage and make sure that people have the opportunity to secure a pre-order if they can. Oh, that kind of helped a little bit. Kind of. Got a little bit more of that edge over. I'll have to work on resolving the screen resolution later. I just want to make sure no one missed out on the opportunity to pre-order a headset. While we're on headsets though, let me go back to my other screen. I know it's been crazy Monday. Crazy! But I want to make sure I also pull up a secondary headset that I literally had no idea was coming out. I don't even know if there was an announcement for it. You know what I'm saying? It's the craziest thing. I was like, wait a minute, what? And I also have some questions about this headset too. I'm not gonna lie. I have some questions. But let me go ahead and pull up my other display. So SteelSeries, a company that I love, and I have a SteelSeries headset that I love and use, has come out with a headset that works with the PlayStation 5. But here's the caveat, right? If you go to their homepage, Arctis 7P wireless next-gen audio, wireless audio for PlayStation, right? Designed for the PS5, compatible PS4, PC, Android, Nintendo Switch, okay? Doesn't this look a lot like the Arctic 7? I mean, it's the same price as the Arctis 7. And let me go ahead and put this in the chat as well. If you aren't looking for, the PlayStation one, I'm telling people, like friends of my gaming crew, what have you, people on my Discord who follow us on Discord, that this is a decent alternative if you cannot secure this headset, right? For $99, right? And let's be very clear, the majority of PlayStation's branded headsets have ranged now in the $99 range. This is a complete redesign. This is new technology. And for the entry price point of $99.99, if you do not have a already pre-existing great audio setup, this is a great gateway to get in. And this accessory has been sold out everywhere. And I don't know how long this is. I'm gonna promise you right now, this will not last through their pre-orders. And we're gonna talk about Ant Online's pre-order schedule in a moment for PlayStation 5 as well as Xbox. This is not gonna last. I'm telling you right now. If it lasts past midnight Pacific time, I'll be shocked. I'll be very shocked. But if you know anyone who is in the market, maybe someone has already secured their PS5 pre-order and they've been looking to get the headset. The headset has been the one main accessory that has consistently sold out anytime it's been live. I don't recall this being live anywhere else. Let them know. Anything on the what's up, Shadow? Good to see you play. Anything on the HD cam? I got everything but headphones through the Target. No specs yet. I think you're asking about the specs. I don't see any specs on the HD cam yet. And if you need this link, I will re-put it in there for the chat in case anybody needs it. People are just now tuning in. PS5, Pulse3D. I purchased one before I started the stream because I wanted to make sure that that it worked, right? My transaction completed. It has not canceled. And also, too, they have other accessories in stock. Let me go to this tab real quick. They have other accessories in stock right now because earlier in the day, this page was filled with PS5 bundles, okay? They've removed the PS5 bundles to prep for the PS5 bundle pre-orders that are taking place 2 p.m. Eastern, 1 p.m. Central, 12 p.m. noon Mountain Time, 11 a.m. Pacific, okay? So we need you to keep your eye on that. But as you can see right now, games, you're not going to have an issue with selling out. I don't think you're going to have an issue with games selling out. But you know my philosophy. We know the most important part of Thanksgiving is the turkey, but the sides are pretty damn good. So secure your games, secure your accessories. Those are the side items to the lovely turkey, which is the console itself. But as you can see right now, they have every accessory in stock. I do not expect this to last. The charging station has been selling out at multiple retailers. The media remote has been selling out at multiple retailers. But when I streamed on Friday, the PlayStation Store website had this in stock. And I think Target had it in stock as well. So just just start with streaming. So I thought I'd review my first stream. Yeah. With the camera is a great entry price point for a camera. I'm going to keep it all the way real with you, though. The one caveat, like if you think about it like this, right? So if you take my streaming setup, for example, I have a camera here. I have a monitor in front of me, and then I have my streaming desk, like I have my streaming/gaming PC over here, but I have my desk positioned in a way to where my big screen TV, which is where my PlayStation console is hooked up to, I can look at y'all and game here at the same time. So I don't have to have a dedicated gaming monitor right now. Now I will be purchasing a primary gaming monitor and using this monitor as a secondary monitor around Black Friday time. That's going to be a great opportunity to get great deals on gaming monitors. But this, you have to understand, this camera is only going to keep you right at the PlayStation, right? Sometimes people want to move their setups. Sometimes people want to like reposition how they stream. This is very limited. It's extremely limited. But if you're just like, hey, like let's just do this in a hypothetical situation. Let's say you buy the camera, and honest to God, I wouldn't even, if you were like, I want to buy this camera, I wouldn't buy it until launch day. If you've secured your PS5 pre-order, which I think you told me you did, Shadow, if you've secured your pre-order and you go to pick it up, buy the camera when you go pick up the console. Because at the very least, that will give you, to link the one sec, Duke Talks on YouTube, link the PS5. Are you talking about, so let me do this. This is going to be, I'll do two things, okay? This is going to be the website for PS5 pre-orders, okay? You want to keep that tab open, and you're going to be refreshing it, okay? Now I'm going to put in, one more time, PS5 Pulse 3D headset. This is the link if you want to buy the headset. The headset is live right now. It's in stock. I'm going to refresh this page just so I'm not crazy. Boom, pre-orders there. I ordered one before I started the stream. Transaction worked perfectly. If you know anybody who has been looking for the Pulse 3D headset, take them there. And then what I was saying was, if for some reason you're not able to secure this pre-order, SteelSeries is putting out an Arctis 7P, and we will talk about this in a moment. But right now it seems like people are really interested in the Pulse 3D headset, so we will stay there. So Shadow, what I was saying was, you're a truck driver, that's what's up. Appreciate you all tuning in. Scraggly Rock on YouTube, what's good? Appreciate you tuning into the stream. The Pulse 3D headset, if you know anybody who's been in the market for this, it is available right now for purchase, for a pre-order. I purchased one, and just to make sure that it worked and the transaction work completed. Got them ordered. Awesome, Shadow on Twitch. Appreciate you. So in a hypothetical situation, Shadow on Twitch was asking about the PS5 camera. If you've secured your pre-order, don't buy the camera until you go pick up your console. I promise you it's not going anywhere. I don't want to say like the camera's the redheaded stepchild of the group, but it's the redheaded stepchild of the group. Like, because most streamers, even if they're getting started, have a little bit of a better setup, right? As I've talked about with this camera, and I'll put it up in a different tab, my only caveat with this camera is I need to know the frames per second. Because if you're only getting 1080p 30 frames per second, it's a waste of time. You need to have a bare minimum of 60 frames per second, regardless of what camera you get. Now, maybe this camera will allow you to do 720p 60 frames. If that is the case, by all means, take a bite. But Sony has yet to drop more information in terms of in-depth tech specs. They might not even drop the frames per second on the camera. We might not even be able to find out until someone does a review on it. But I say, buy the camera when you pick up the console, take a week and play around with the stream, right? Because most retailers, here's another thing you have to pay attention to, ladies and gents, and however you choose to identify. You have to pay attention to whoever you're purchasing these accessories from or the console from. We're about to enter the time of year where retailers are implementing their holiday extended return policies. A lot of places like, well, Walmart, you can return anything without receipt, but places like Best Buy and Target, a lot of times, if you purchase stuff around the November timeframe, they give you until January 31st to return it. You might be able to be able to get a good 2 weeks worth of streaming content on here to figure out if this is something you want to keep long term or if you want to return and get your money back and put it towards a game. You know, that's a gamble that I could understand you taking if that's the route you wanted to go. Appreciate everyone tuning in. We are streaming live right now, Two Hoes and a Console, on Twitch and on YouTube. So as chats are coming in, I will try to make sure I differentiate between the two channels so folks ain't confused. But let me be clear about this. Ant Online is extremely serious. They will cancel your ish in a heartbeat if you try to cheat the system. 1 per customer. And I would honestly, I try to make sure folks do the right thing, right? Like, you can only have like the best intentions and assume the best in people. I would just say on the safe side, right? Just do 1 billing address. Don't try to order 3 or 4 headsets with 15, 20 up and something billing addresses. You're setting yourself up for failure. Don't do it. Don't do it. Now, let's talk strategies for the PS5 pre-orders that will be starting tomorrow. Straggly on YouTube, this point, pre-order the PS2. You know what? My homegirl, the secondary honorary hoe and Two Hoes and a Console, Queen BL, has her PlayStation 2 and she plays it religiously. I mean, there's no shade in that game. Let's talk strategies for ordering. And apologies, I thought I had my display up. Y'all, it's been a crazy Monday, okay? Happy Indigenous Folks Day, if that's a thing that you do. The bank was closed. Some people think I look native. I don't know. Christopher Columbus, screw that guy. Okay, just to be clear, right? Pre-order, it's right there. You can add it to the cart. You should be able to check out just fine. As I refresh the screen, whoop, there it is. It's still there. It doesn't say it's sold out. As I refresh the accessory screen, right? This is the tab that you're going to want to keep open for PS5 pre-orders, okay? This page had bundles on it. Keyword, had bundles, okay? They removed said bundles to prep for pre-orders tomorrow. Pre-orders will start for Ant Online, 2 p.m. Eastern, 11 a.m. Pacific. If you're in between those time zones, that's 1 p.m. Central Time, 12 noon Mountain Time. I'm on the West Coast, so we're going to be looking at 11 a.m. Pacific Time. I work like everybody else. I'm going to try to make sure that all my work and stuff is done by 9, 10 o'clock, so at least I can focus a good maybe 2 hours on trying to secure PS5 console pre-orders for folks in my gaming crew. There is a waiting list. I am trying to be like Black Santa and make sure everyone is on the nice side and not the naughty side. It is very hard fighting off the bots, but during this era of hunting season for a PS5 console, I try to give my personal tips and tricks to help you secure a PS5 console without having to pay the scalpers. If your paper is like that, no judgment, right? If you are in the business of like, hey, diapers and Similac are expensive, I'm not disrespecting the hustle, right? If you bought a console and then you bought a console to flip, I'm not disrespecting your hustle. It's the people who buy 10, 20, 50, 1,000 consoles. You can kiss my entire booty. There's a lot of it gets to kissing, okay? Because you're depriving real folks, gamers like us, and a lot of folks are on a budget. We're in a pandemic. It's hard out here for a pimp. Trying to make this money for the rent, Cadillac gas money spent, and we got all these hoes and just jumping ship, okay? It's hard out here right now. But we're going to talk about strategies here. So we know that it's only going to be, and I'm going to put it back on myself for a moment while I pull up a tab. We know that it's only going to be, first of all, bundles. And some folks aren't financially prepared, right? Remember when I talked about back in June, you need to start putting away 10, 20, 50 bucks a week that's strictly dedicated towards getting a PS5 or securing your Xbox or whatever it is that you're looking for, okay? Here's my tab. Awesome. We know that, and also too, if you do not follow Wario64 on Twitter, what are you doing? What are you doing? You're doing yourself a disservice, okay? We know that they're going to be doing bundles, okay? Ant Online will have PS5 and Xbox Series S and X bundles. Now, for you Xbox folks, I don't do Xbox, but I'm an equal opportunity education sharer, okay, info sharer. If you are in the market for an Xbox, or if you have friends or people who are in the market for Xbox, please share the information, okay? Tomorrow, October 13th, 11 a.m. Pacific time, West Coast. What did we talk about last week? Because we learned this from GameStop's most recent wave of pre-orders. These companies are not dropping pre-orders during hours where people are sleeping. That's great for us, right? We don't have to stay up till 2, 3, 4 in the morning, refreshing, getting pink-eyed, trying to figure out, oh, my corneas, I can't make it, oh, the PS5. They're not doing that anymore. It's a disservice to everybody. So we know from here onward, and real talk, I personally believe this is the last week that you're going to have an opportunity to secure a pre-order unless you go to Plan B, which is the strategy we talked about doing it on launch day, which I will go into depths again later. They're not going to do pre-orders during hours where both sides of the coast, right? Both sides of the country aren't awake, aren't aware, right? 2 p.m. Eastern, everybody's had their breakfast, everybody took their multivitamins, and they're at their computer refreshing the tab, ready to go. But here's the thing. Some people, right, some folks are just trying to secure the console. These companies and retailers, a lot of folks have lost a ton of money due to the pandemic. And the best way to recoup said funds is to bundle, baby. So they're only going to have bundles for sale. Turn my mic up. Okay. Let me do the gain a little bit. Give me a sec. I'm kind of new. A host kind of new. So I apologize. Hopefully that's helpful for you. Thank you, King R, for tuning in on YouTube. So if you do not have, I'm just going to use this strategy because I don't know if Ant Online makes you do one of two things. If they allow you to just secure a pre-order and they do like an authorization hold, you still sound kind of low. I'm usually loud in real life. I really am. And I don't want to blow everybody else's ears out with the gain. But I will try to talk louder. We don't know if Ant Online, right? Let me go back to the retailer. We don't know if this retailer, okay, if they will allow you to pre-order something. Okay, good. I'm glad you could tell. I've tried for you. I'm fairly new. Host trying to grow, right? So we don't know if this retailer will allow you to secure a pre-order and then they don't charge your card until the bundle ships, or B, they make you pay up front, like Best Buy makes you pay up front. So I would say this: if you are in a financial situation or position, yes, they are in the U.S. They are a verified retailer. If you are in a financial position to take the risk and you have been looking for a PS5 pre-order, I would say pre-order it. If you have a card that maybe has like $50 to $100 of available credit on it, use that card and see what happens. Because what will happen is, if you get the order confirmation, but they try to do 2 processing charges, we aren't sure yet. We are assuming one of 2 things. I will talk about that in a moment, King R. So if you use a card that has maybe $50 to $100 on it, if you can't buy a full bundle up front right now, use that card, because they might try to do 2 charges, right? They might try to do a $1 authorization charge or like a $5 authorization charge. And then they might try to do a secondary charge to cover the amount of the bundle. right? Because usually what happens is if you have an order confirmation and it's like, okay, you've secured your order, and then they try to run that charge through, if there's not enough available funds or available credit on the card, right, then they're going to reach out to you and say, hey, we need to update your billing information if you want to keep this order on file. And they may give you 48 hours, 72 hours, they may give you a week, I'm not sure. But I would still take that risk if I was financially in that position, because at least it would buy you some extra time to figure out how am I going to secure the total amount of the bundle. Again, we don't know how Ant Online does their pre-orders. Again, I would say err on the side of caution, and if you have a debit card or if you have a credit card that will have the available funds to cover the entire bundle, do that. But if you don't and you want to try to play the system to buy you some more time, that would be the way to do it. King R on YouTube, is Ant Online in the US? Yes, they are. Are the pre-orders going to ship on launch day? So we do not have that information yet. So this is what I'm personally telling people. I think it's better, right, to secure the bag now. And then if you get a secondary bag, right, if you do the 2 hose and a console plan B launch day secure console operation, right, then if you need to cancel this, you can cancel it. Or if you know somebody who has been looking for a PS5 and they want to buy it off of you, that much is fine. So what they have done is they've removed the bundles, okay? This is the tab that you want, and I will re-put this tab in the chat. Again, appreciate your patience, everyone. We are live on YouTube and Twitch. Pre-order, bundle, link, Ant Online. I'm putting it in the chat right now. This is the link that you want to keep and secure for tomorrow's pre-orders, right? But this is one of maybe 2 to 3 places that are also going to do pre-orders, and we will talk about that in a moment. Also, too, as I said earlier, if you know anyone, just real quick, if you know anybody who has been in the market for the Pulse3D headset, there it is. I purchased one. The transaction completed. It has been the one accessory that has been consistently sold out, and I just want to make sure that folks who are looking to get into the market, if your audio situation is not right, if you've been looking for a headset to try to maybe do some Call of Duty party chat, some GTA party chat, what have you, this would be a great entry price point. If your audio situation setup is fine, if you've got a sound system that already does Dolby 7.1, you're going to be fine. But if you're somebody who's still using their Apple earbuds to try to do party chat, this would probably be the great place for you to do. In terms of bundles, right? So this has been the trend. Previously, before they changed their updated this tab on their website, they probably had maybe 5 to 7 different bundles. The cheapest bundle I saw was around $549, and it was the disc console and an extra controller, right? That was the cheapest bundle. Some of these bundles aren't as good as GameStop's bundle, and I'm going to put it back on me for a moment while I pull up that tab. Because when GameStop did that bundle for their last point, it's not letting me do it because I have my VPN on. That's fine, we'll go back to this. When GameStop did their last bundle, that was a brilliant bundle. It was a brilliant bundle. It was the disc console, it was a year of PlayStation Plus, it was an extra controller, and 2 of the main games that actually matter, okay? The Ultimate Launch Edition of Spider-Man Miles Morales and Demon's Souls, right? So they weren't 2 games that I wouldn't say aren't garbage games. They were 2 games that the majority of people are probably going to buy, right? Don't get it twisted. I'm sure Sackboy is going to be great fun. Sackboy is not going to be the first game I purchase. Sackboy, honestly, will probably be a game that I purchase sometime in 2021 when it's half price. The same goes for Destruction All-Stars. I love Rocket League. People who watch this channel, I stream Rocket League often. we still don't know a lot about this game, but this game really gives me a Twisted Metal 2 meets Rocket League meets Deathmatch hybrid. It's just at $70 for $70 for a Rocket League Twisted Metal Death Race hybrid. Sony, you asking a lot. you asking a lot. And that's a PlayStation 5 exclusive. You asking a lot. Yeah. I'll be buying that game when it's $39.99 or lower. Shadow on Twitch. I went back to Target and they had a hold, but then authorize it every 5 days, which if it passes that date, they will allow 2 days after that to fix the money. Okay, great tip. So if you end up securing a console from Target, they try every 5 days to re-clear the charge for the full amount. And if they can't clear it by then, they give you a 48-hour extension to update your billing information. Again, sometimes people have to do that type of hustle. $500, I know we've talked about it, like PlayStation 3 was $600 or $700 back when it came out. And we are getting a steal of a freaking deal with the PlayStation 5. But again, we're in a pandemic. People have lost their jobs. People have been furloughed. People are on unemployment. They've got bills to pay. They've got mouths to feed. The cost of the console is not the issue. It's just being able to secure one at manufactured retail suggested pricing. We're going to come back to Ant Online in a moment. But I also will say this. This is another way to think about it, King Gar, if you're still watching on YouTube, okay? The fact that this company, right, has been allocated X amount of PS5 console POs, purchase orders, directly from Sony, right? And you can obviously see that if it wasn't an American company, Wario64, who is probably my most credible source of all sources, and all of you should follow this person on Twitter if you do not. Wario is very good about breaking down regions in terms of purchase. So this is definitely for the United States. I think the United States retailers that have been having PS5 pre-orders, Best Buy, GameStop, Target, Walmart, and online. The only one that hasn't done a pre-order yet, because they're foo-foos, is BH Photo. And honest to God, real talk, unless you live in the New York City metropolitan area and you can go physically to a BH Photo and camp out the night of November 11th, you're not gonna get a pre-order for them. That's not gonna happen. There's too many other retailers with too many other higher purchase points and sales, and BH, they do a lot of business. They just don't do enough to be on the top of the VIP list, if that makes sense. So, as we said, their bundles are gonna range between $550 and I would say $950. And really you've gotta pick and choose your battles. Now here's another whole hustle tip for you that will probably work. Will they ship on launch? So King R on YouTube, will they ship on launch day? I'm not sure. It's possible. It's very possible. But I think that they are having, right, so let's take this for example. The headset. Be the first to receive this item when it launches on November 12th. Okay, so this is actually what I would look for tomorrow as we try to pre-order. It will most likely say something like this, or it will have an expected delivery date. Now here is another tip for you that I picked up from my GameStop bundle experience. If this retailer has an option to do expedited shipping, pay for the expedited shipping. Because GameStop had that bundle where it says, oh, it had all the goodies you'd want, but it said ships by November 30th, so people got scared. What people failed to realize is as you were checking out, there was an option for $18 and change to do expedited shipping that would guarantee delivery of the console, if not on November 12th, by Friday, November 13th. If this retailer does not say this, if it does not say we're going to launch it on the 12th, if it says like you'll get it between November 30th and December 30th, if there's an option for expedited shipping, pay for the expedited shipping. But here's another hustle tip I would say too. I'm not trying to take advantage of the system. I'm just trying to help folks out. Real talk. So I'm only giving you information that I would do if I were in this position. And it's not illegal. I don't think it's illegal. No, it's not illegal. Straggly Rock on YouTube. 70's kind of too much for that game. If it's not good, it's a sacrifice. Exactly. Talking about Destruction All-Stars. I'm not paying 70 for it. Probably not, but maybe. Yeah, he's probably replying to King R on YouTube on the shipping day. Appreciate everyone tuning in. We are live on Twitch and YouTube. Please like, follow, share if you care, because a hoe's trying to grow. I have a goal of reaching 50 followers on Twitch by PS5 launch date. It would qualify me for affiliate, and it would also enter you into the Two Hoes in a Console holiday giveaway. I will be giving away a PlayStation 5 game. More details to come on that next week. 'Tis the season to be jolly, right? So here we go. Watch for the jargon. The jargon's very important. If it says expedited shipping and you can swing it, pay for it. Even if you don't have enough credit on your credit card, again, we talked about $50 to $100 to just try to play the authorization hole game. If it says it won't ship until end of November, early December, pay for extra shipping. If it says this, launch, be the first to get it on November 12th, then take the risk and don't pay for shipping if that's something that you really care about. The other thing that you could do in terms of hustling for the consoles, right? You could, like, let's say, for example, there's a bundle where you have the disc version of the PS5 and these 3 games: Sackboy, Demon Souls, Destruction All-Stars. Let's say you only cared about Demon Souls. You didn't give two hootie patooties about Sackboy or Destruction All-Stars, right? I would assume these games will be coming to you brand new, sealed in the plastic. Why not take those 2 games and try to return them to Walmart, where they really don't care about if you have a receipt or not, as long as it's wrapped, and see if you can get Walmart store credit and take the cost of those 2 games and put them towards something else you want. Maybe 2 different games that you want to purchase. Maybe a new accessory that you want to purchase. Maybe a discount on a gaming monitor or a sound bar or a new TV. There's different ways you can kind of play around that, which is why I tell people all the time, secure the bundle. Secure the bundle. You may also have the option, again, I don't know. Every retailer is different. You got to read the fine print. If they itemize it, right? Like if they say the console is a separate item, the PlayStation Plus subscription is a separate item, which is never returnable. The games are separate items. The other accessories are separate items. Maybe on an itemized purchase order receipt, they would allow you to return the games that you don't want and get that difference credited back to your form of purchase. That's an option. That's an option. I'm just giving you tips based on if I was in that boat. I've already secured, by the grace of the video game gods, my console, my accessories. Really what I'm doing here is paying it forward to people and helping out folks in my gaming crew, shout out to Kilo Trinity, help them secure their pre-orders and their accessories and answer any questions. Straggly Rock on YouTube. I just got Game Pass on my second phone. I recommend if you don't want to pay for a game that's full price. Still are not very good, very convenient. So yeah, you're talking about Game Pass on Xbox. Yeah, some people who are shopping for Xbox. Now, mind you, side note, this retailer, okay, let's go back to Wario64's tweet. They're also doing Xbox pre-orders at the same time. At the same time. Do you know how much of a fustercluck that's going to be for their website and their servers? Which is why we need to brace ourselves and prepare now for the iceberg, right? The iceberg is coming. We know we're gonna hit it. We just need to brace ourselves and get ready. Because all of this traffic, I mean, I honestly think it's a mistake to do both of these at the same time. I would have loved to have seen like a 3-hour time difference, right? I would have loved to have seen maybe a 2 p.m. PlayStation Eastern and a 5 p.m. Eastern Xbox. It would have differentiated for folks, but I mean, it's gonna be a fustercluck for real. And that's why they're doing bundles. That's why they're doing bundles, so they can just sell as much as humanly possible. And I mean, that's just the position that we're in right now. You've gotta secure the pre-order by any means necessary. Now, friendly reminder for people, if you are in the market for the Pulse3D headset, whoop, there it is. They also have, this website also has all the accessories available. They have the dual charging station, they have the media remote, so if you are in the market for a different accessory, cop it. Please cop it. One other thing, Prime Day. Prime Day starts midnight Eastern, okay? They crashed the internet. I'm gonna be pissed. Shadow on Twitch. Yeah, I'm gonna be pissed too, player. I'm gonna be... it's hard. This week is going to be rough. That's why I said it's gonna be the last week. Best Buy, Target, Amazon with Prime Day. I wouldn't be surprised if Walmart tried to be like, whoop, there it is. Like, it's gonna be hard out here for a pimp. Real talk. So Prime Day. Prime Day starts at midnight Eastern tonight. Again, the philosophy according to the House of Ho is that they aren't going to drop pre-orders when folks aren't awake. However, would I stay up till midnight Eastern time tonight just to do a couple of refreshes on the Amazon tab for the console? Yes, I would. Yes, I would. And as I said, Amazon doesn't even have the headset, right? Everybody's got the controller, and you know my theory. I think the one reason people are waiting on to secure a secondary controller is because they want more colors to come out. I'm telling you right now, the likelihood of Sony dropping a new color at launch is not happening. Could they maybe drop a new color by Christmas? Possibly. That's possible, okay? If you bought a secondary controller, keep it in the box, right? If you're gonna qualify for the holiday extended return policies at Target, at Best Buy, okay? Keep the secondary controller in the box and play the waiting game. Maybe by the 15th of December, Sony will be like, oop, here's a black controller, oop, here's a product red, oop, here's a blue, oop, here's a pink, oop, here's a gold. We don't know. They're not going to do it before launch. I can promise you that. It ain't happening. It's not happening before launch. It's not happening before Thanksgiving. It's not. Like, if you don't see a new color option for the DualSense wireless controller by December 15th, and you can quote me, if you don't see this new color option by December 15th, it's not happening in 2020. So do not deprive yourself of having an extra controller. Go ahead and get it. Unless you're financially in the situation where you only have $70 to buy one extra thing outside of the console. In that case, buy a game. Right? If it's like I can buy a game or I can buy an extra controller, don't be stupid, buy a game. Okay? But I mean, they don't have the charging station. Everybody has this camera. And they don't have the media remote. That's what I'm saying. This website right now, the link I sent you all earlier, they have everything in terms of accessories. Everything. What are you doing? You need to be like Jim Cramer and buy. What are you doing? You can say Allie from Two Hoes and a Console. That hoe showed me the goods. I try, and look, I bet you no one right now is thinking about this. I bet you everybody's like, okay, 2 o'clock Eastern, I'm gonna be ready an hour before and just refresh the tab. It's like, y'all dumb. I know the console is the turkey at Thanksgiving, but damn it, the sides are delicious. Secure your sides. Side item, side item, side item, side item. Not for me, but if it is for you and it doesn't work out, return it. Keep the original packaging, and for God's sakes, keep the receipt. So Amazon, the word on the street has been for some time that there could be their last round of PS5 Wave pre-orders for Prime Day. I would say the same assumption for Xbox as well, for people who are interested in Xbox. The only problem is that Xbox has limited inventory, right? Like if PS5 pre-orders are this much, Xbox pre-orders are this much. So it's thinner, right? The consoles are spread out much thinner. But Amazon's a major player in the space. So this is the strategy that I am doing for Amazon. Now, I am on Pacific time. You need to adjust this for your own time zone, okay? I personally will be refreshing on Amazon between 9 p.m. tonight, starting at, really start at like 8:55. I'll probably go for like an hour to an hour and a half of just refreshing just to see if the console drops. Otherwise, take the behind to bed. Otherwise, they're not going to drop it before 8 a.m. Pacific. I could see a 12 noon Eastern, 9 a.m. Pacific. I could see that. I could even see Amazon being a troll and matching this pre-order time. I could see Amazon doing a 2 p.m. Eastern, 11 a.m. Pacific. Or I could see Amazon doing a 5 p.m. Eastern, 2 p.m. Pacific, or an 8 p.m. Eastern, 5 p.m. Pacific, right? Think 3-hour increments, 2 to 3 hour increments. That's going to be your best bet. Best Buy, when I time stuff, usually it's between 10 to 11:30 Pacific Standard Time. So that's between 1 to 2:30 Eastern, and then you convert it for Central and Mountain Time. So I would just keep an eye on that. I believe Amazon's going to drop some tomorrow. Ant Online is dropping some tomorrow. Another word on the street is that Best Buy is going to be launching their Thanksgiving deals early, like this week. And that's tough. I've seen Best Buy do like Black Friday month, like the first week of November. But just to be on the safe side, keep your eye on Best Buy, right? Keep your eye on Best Buy just to be on the safe side. What, the page don't want to load now? Oh, the page isn't loading. Interesting. I wonder if that's me or if they want to drop some pre-orders. Interesting. Keep an eye on that. Keep it on that. It's going to be a busy week. I'm telling you right now. This will most likely be your last week to secure a PS5 pre-order until launch day. And by that time, it's not a pre-order because it's launched. So we will talk about that in a second, those next steps. We'll also talk about what to do post launch day as well as we get closer to it. I'm in the process of making a video for YouTube that's going to break down my strategy in terms of what you should do if you have not secured a PS5 pre-order console and you're trying to get one launch day. We will talk about that now as well briefly for a moment, but I appreciate everyone tuning in. Fairly new to the streaming, growing, learning. You could be watching something else. Bless you for your time. I'm very grateful and humbled. So, hypothetical situation. We try pre-ordering tomorrow, unsuccessful. We try on Ant Online, right? Let me scroll up. There we go. Ant Online, we try here, unsuccessful. We try on Amazon, unsuccessful. We try on Best Buy. No, we don't want your feedback. Give me the damn console. Unsuccessful. We try on Target. Side note, notice how Target has changed their buttons. Target was getting trolled because Sometimes if you would refresh it a handful of times, the pre-order button will pop up, and some folks were able to check out, and then Target would cancel their pre-order like God knows how much later. But while we were here at Target, does Target have the headset? I just want to make sure I'm not crazy. Get the headset! Don't say I didn't tell y'all nothing. Anyway, we tried Target. We're unsuccessful, okay? And there's no more pre-orders until, oops, billing information. Let's exit that out. That's me buying a headset. Told you, ordered it, worked. Want y'all see my credit card info? What's wrong with y'all? So, what's the next step? The next step is the day before launch. So if launch is Wednesday, November 11th, okay? If I was in this position, now again, I'm always speaking of if I was in this position. Grateful to God I've secured my console, but if I was in this position, I would get to a retailer by 8 p.m. local time at the extreme latest. Honest to God, I would get off work, shower, change your clothes, grab a bite to eat, kiss the loved ones, and then get thee to the retailer. I am ranking them in the order of Best Buy number 1, Target number 2, Walmart number 3, GameStop number 4. Just due to the amount of potential inventory and purchase orders that they have secured. Best Buy 1, Target 2, and also 2 quality of service if you want to think about it that way. Best Buy 1, Target 2, Walmart 3, GameStop 4. You're going to get there by the extreme latest of 8 p.m. your local time. You are going to wait in line with folks. Do not let people who are camping out deter you. Do not let people who are telling you their stories in line deter you. Because let me tell you something, folks lie all the time in order to get a leg up. You could be standing in line with somebody and someone in front of you says, oh yeah, I've secured my pre-order, and they haven't. Or, and that would be like, oh yeah, we've already counted, people are like, oh yeah, we've already counted pre-orders and you're not going to get one, so I would just go home. And then someone else comes in your line of spot, and sure enough, they would be able to secure a console. Don't let nobody deter you. You get to the retailer by 8 p.m. your local time, Wednesday, November 11th. You're going to wait in line because I am under the assumption that Best Buy, Target, Walmart, GameStop will be doing midnight launch releases for these consoles. Probably around the 11:15 to 11:30 time frame, some representative, might be 1-2 people, might be a manager or 2, they're going to come outside and they're going to start dividing folks up. Who has a pre-order? Who has it secured? Proof of purchase, ID, yada yada shmada. Who does not have a pre-order? Okay? They're going to put you folks who don't have a pre-order into a separate section, and they're going to say, okay, we have X amount of this and we have X amount of that, whether it's digital or disc. You need to be prepared to do 2 things. A, pay all of it up front, and B, buy the disc version. Do not be that person. I saw it one time online. I was baffled. Somebody had camped out at a GameStop to pre-order the PS5. And they go into the store to pre-order it, and at GameStop, all you had to do was put $50 down. And sure enough, the card that they brought with them had no money on it. Had no money whatsoever. This person's asking folks in line if someone could cash app them. Cash app them! $50 to secure the pre-order! Oh my God, like it's madness. Taylor the Big Deal on YouTube, appreciate you tuning in. When will the pre-order will start? Okay. 2 p.m. Eastern, 11 a.m. Pacific, 1 p.m. Central, 12 noon Mountain Time. I will leave this up for a moment while I'm talking. Appreciate you tuning in. They're going to separate you into 2 sections. Okay. They're going to say we have X digital, which is probably going to be slim to none, all physical. Okay, then they're going to ask you, do you want accessories? Yeah, they're going to try to upsell you. Just get what you need to get. As long as it's the console, you'll be fine. But you need to have 2 things. A, you need to be prepared to pay up front, all the total amount up front, including taxes. Again, we're all about preparation here. Go ahead and calculate your state tax. This console is not going to be $3.99 or $4.99 unless you live in Delaware. Do you know the population of Delaware? It is hella small, okay? calculate your sales tax for your state so you know the complete out the door total. So when it's your time to buy, you're not looking like Boo Boo the Fool. Taylor on YouTube, is this poster legit? Yes, it is legit. Wario64 is my number one source. Wario64 has yet to prove me wrong. And Wario64, if he's posting it, it is legit. So that is legit. I'm going to go ahead and repost. This is the retailer, Ant Online. I'm going to go ahead and repost this link in the chats on Twitch and YouTube right now, so you all can have that to bookmark it, to have that tab open to constantly refresh it. But yes, that is legit. Trust me, I would not be on here if it wasn't legit. Okay, I was feeling like crap today, and I do mean crap. But when this news came out, the good folks in the universe, in the gaming world, need to know. So calculate your sales tax so you understand like how much it's going to be out the door, right? And then be prepared. And the probability of you getting one is going to be fairly decent. I would say it's going to be fairly decent. The people who are camping out, in my opinion, are camping out for the experience of the midnight launch release. I don't think they're camping out because they haven't secured a pre-order. That's also one of the benefits of securing a pre-order, is that you don't have to go at 5 p.m. in the evening on Wednesday, November the 11th to try to wait it out to secure a console. You can show up, like when I go to Best Buy to pick mine up, I'm going to show up maybe like around 11-ish or so, just be able to talk to some folks, have some socialization, safe social distance socialization, if you will. Talk to some fellow gamers, figure out what they're excited about with the console, pick mine up, and take my ass home. Here's another thing I do want to talk about, though, for pre-orders. As a woman, I take it very seriously, is safety. You will probably have some people at these retailers who don't have the intent to purchase a console, if that makes sense. So what I am telling people, especially my fellow female gamers, in terms of safety when they are picking up their console, step number one, if they can... Lone Frost on Twitch, you packing and straight jacking every day of the week. 24/7, 366, including leap year. Don't get it twisted. If you are packing, God bless you. If you don't strap up, this is what I would do if I was in that situation. And this is what I'm going to do anyway, just for the sake of peace of mind. Step number one, if they are bagging these consoles, ask them to double bag it. Ask them to double bag it. Step two, put it in the trunk. I know people want to sit in the car and open it up and just have the car running on idle. Put it in the trunk. It's not going to make a damn or damnlet if you take the PS5 out of the box at 12:22 in the morning or 12:42 in the morning. The common denominator is that you secured your PS5 console. Number three, and Shadow on Twitch makes a great point. If you can avoid not going alone, bring a friend. If you can avoid it. Now I know some people are working till certain times, and everybody's situation is different. But if you can bring a +1 with you. Again, 2 sets of eyes, alibis, things of that nature. Right. Step 4: don't drive straight home. Again, I know people are going to be excited. I'm going to be doing a live unboxing in real time. I know it's going to be very, very, very early/late in the morning for some folks, but that's just something that I'm going to do to celebrate the occasion. But do not go straight home. Go to McDonald's, go to Taco Bell, act like you're going to order something. Make a detour so that way you can figure out if somebody's watching you or not. Number 5, take side streets. Even if you take the highway the majority of the way home, don't go directly onto the street that leads to your house. Take a couple of side streets, make sure no one's following you, and then when you feel safe to do so, proceed your way to your residence. And I don't know why I should have to say this, but I feel like sometimes common sense may be lacking for folks. Don't leave your shit in the car. You would be surprised, like, sometimes I would see things on, like, Ring notifications of, like, oh, my car got ransacked, and it's like, was it unlocked? Yes, this is a safe area. Indeed, it's a safe area, but, lock your car. Don't leave your... What did my homegirl say on Save the Last Dance when Julia Stiles left her backpack on the ground and she snatched it up? Chanel looking at Julia Stiles, Kerry Washington. She's like, don't leave your shit on the floor. Don't leave your shit in the car. Okay? This is indeed legit. Again, I'm all about safety. I want everybody to have the best PlayStation 5 launch experience possible. But that is what I would do. And again, I'm ranking Best Buy, Target, Walmart, GameStop, because I really would not take this gamble for a launch day console at GameStop. GameStop's too small. And if GameStop's last recent wave of pre-orders taught us anything, is that they're really effing small on the totem pole list that Sony ranks in terms of priority. They're really freaking small. You're going to have a better chance of going to a Best Buy, really have a better chance of going to a Target, real talk, to secure a console, or even a Walmart. I know Walmart's customer service is on the trash list. I personally prefer Target over Walmart, to each their own. But that is the way I would go about it if I was in that situation. It's also the way I'm going about it when I talk about it on Discord, when I talk about it with my gaming crew. Again, just from years of prior experience and following the trends and the data of securing prior consoles and Christmas Pass, what have you. This is really the best strategy if you're trying to get a console by launch day. Which is why I which is why I'm saying this. Go ahead and buy the bundle. They're not up now. They're not going to put up the bundles until it's time to put up the bundles. These bundles are going to be priced between $550 and $950. Again, I will say it again. This is the only website right now. Again, I keep refreshing it for you all. This is the only website right now that has the PlayStation 5 Pulse3D wireless gaming headset in stock. Do not be a fool and wait till tomorrow to buy it. Go ahead and buy it right now. Okay? Let's say hypothetically you secure a bundle. Let's say hypothetically you secure a bundle and the bundle says, oh, you'll get it by December 15th. And let's say there's no option to expedite shipping this bundle, okay? Let's say you go to Best Buy or you go to Target or you go to Walmart day before launch day and you end up securing a console at launch day. Well, now you have a bundle. You can return the bundle. You can let someone who's close to you, who's going to game well, purchase the bundle. There are multiple options, right? If you're really, really, really fickle as a pickle about trying to secure a console by launch day, that's probably the strategy you want to do. $950, I'm taking my pit bull Shadow on Twitch. I don't know if I want to smell dog crap in line. Maybe the mask will mask it up. But again, safety first. By all means, safety first. Take your companion. Hell, your companion might be the damn dog. Take the dog. Nobody's going to stop you. Take the dog. But those are different scenarios that you could play out. Like, there's time, right? One thing you could try to do as well, you could try to pre-order a bundle, put it on a card that maybe have $100 credit limit on it to see if the authorization hold at least completes, and then stack up your remaining coin to see if you can secure a console on launch day with the two-hose operation secure launch day strategy I just talked about. And then from there, if you needed to cancel this bundle, if you were able to do that, or if you wanted to keep the bundle and have someone else buy it for you, like, oh no, she's trained, no poo. Very good. Shadow on Twitch with the no poo. That's one way you can do it. That's one way to do it. There's multiple ways to skin a cat, right? Like, I'm just trying to help you all secure something at manufactured suggested retail pricing. If someone is actually, and we will talk about this for a moment, I know people get deterred because, and upset and frustrated because they see those listings on eBay for like $25,000 for a console or $50,000 for a console. I can promise you this. The eBay accounts who are purchasing those consoles, are not purchasing those consoles, right? What's happening is that a lot of people with eBay accounts are clicking buy it now just to get the listing off, and they have no intent to purchase, right? You can go to anybody's eBay listing and look at who ended up being the winning bidder. You can look at their bidding history. You can see if that seller left a review on that buyer's eBay profile saying 5 stars, paid for the console. I promise you no one's paying $25 grand for it. No. Real talk though, but let's talk about it. Post-launch console secure situation. If your paper is in a position to be able to get a console regardless of if you get it for the regular price or if you pay a little extra, I am personally telling people, do not go more than double for the trouble. Some of the people in my gaming crew are very successful. They're doctors, they're lawyers, they're developers at Fortune 500 companies. They make 6 figures, they have a great quality of life, and their quality of life allows them to just secure a console when they're ready to secure a console. And paying an extra $400, they don't lose sleep at night over it, right? So if you end up being in that situation, if that is you, or someone you know, okay, don't go more than double for the trouble. If the digital virgin oh my God, it's been that kind of day. I told you I didn't feel great. Yes, I'm gonna pre-order the PS5 digital version. I heard she's a freak, y'all. So, if the digital version of the PS5 is $399, don't go more than double for the trouble. So that's what, $800? And if the disc version's $499, don't go more than double for the trouble, which is $1,000. I think right now, when I've been looking at listings where I reside on different places like OfferUp or Craigslist or Facebook Marketplace or whatever, I think both consoles have been trending between the $700 to $900 range. Just the console. And again, as we talked about, the console is the turkey at Thanksgiving. Secure the turkey. So if you're financially in that position to do so, I would not, if I was financially in that position, I would not do more than double for the trouble. Really, in an ideal situation, right? If you saw a console that was for, I would say either version of the console for $650, I would just buy it. I would just buy it. And I'm going to tell you why. Pre-COVID, the shopping experience was much different, right? Like, let's say COVID wasn't around right now. The post-launch PS5 or even Xbox console strategy would be completely different, because what used to happen is that all these major retailers would have a Sunday ad in the Sunday paper. So you knew every Sunday the ad was going to update. You could check a website, it would be 12 midnight Pacific, 3 a.m. Eastern. The weekly ad would update for Best Buy, for Target, for GameStop. And if you saw the console in the ad, that meant the retailer had X amount allocated that they had to sell, right? Target, Best Buy, they would have pallets with opaque black wrapping around these pallets because they were consoles. And even though they physically had the consoles on the premises, they legally weren't allowed to sell them because they were posted in the Sunday ad. So the strategy would be different. The strategy would be go physically to a retailer, to a Target, to a Best Buy on a Sunday morning at like 5 a.m. local time. Wait for them to open. If they have a pallet of consoles, secured, chuck the deuce. You can't do that anymore because, one, of COVID, two, let's say hypothetically retailers do have pallets of PS5s. They're not going to be pallets for sale, right? They're going to be pallets that are already attached to secured advanced pre-orders, right? Consoles that are in-store pickups, if you will, right? Let's say you're looking, we'll pretend it's like the second week in December, and it's 10 in the morning, and you're refreshing on Best Buy, and it says PlayStation 5, add to cart. Xbox Series, add to cart, and it says will ship by such and such or available for in-store pickup only. And you can choose your store pickup, and it says will be able to pick up by such and such. So even if you physically went to a retailer and they had pallets of the console in the back, they wouldn't be able to sell them to you because people already secured the pre-order online. Folks had the same problem with the Switches. Now we're talking like this year, March, April. People would go to retailers try to play the when is a Switch going to be available game, and they would lose because people were buying Switches online and locking them up because they would go live at like 5 in the morning. They secured it for in-store pickup, and by the time someone went to a store, waited for the store to open, the merchandise was already allocated. You cannot play that game this year. You can't play it. And all of the major retailers are going to be closed for Thanksgiving Day anyway. You cannot play that game this year. Your strategy is going to be completely different, which is why, again, I'm not promoting scalping. I'm not promoting that. I am just saying if you are in the financial situation where spending an extra $200 to $300 on securing the console doesn't burn your pocket, then if I was in that position, I would not go over X amount, right? Which is why I said double for the trouble. I've been seeing listings for digital and physical versions of PS5 on OfferUp on Craigslist in my city between $7 to $950. That's why I said if you see any version of the console, whether it's digital or physical, for $650, don't ask any questions. Investigate it. Let me be very clear. Show them your intent to purchase. Show them the cash in hand, right? If you go to a meetup, show them the one, do it in the daytime, very public space, right? Place where you can have security cameras, don't go alone. Show them the intent to purchase, the money's in the hand, but you damn sure open that box. You better open that box, you better take the plastic off, smell it. I know that sounds crazy in an era of COVID. I know it sounds crazy. Smell the console, because I'm telling you right now, if that console was used, right, if someone bought a console, used it, and then tried to flip it because something happened last minute, you'd be able to smell the dust, dander, kids, pets, smokers. You would be able to tell. Check the fan. You'd be able to tell if that thing was used, right? Check the console, check the buttons, right? Check for smudges on the buttons. Check for scrapes and scraps. Did someone try to pop off the sides and do a little customization? Check all of it. And it takes as long as it takes because at the end of the day, you're the one in control. You showed up with cash in hand. Lone Frost on Twitch, firmly grasp it. Yeah. Now, I understand people who, right, like, and let's keep it real. I'm a realist. All I try to do on this channel is keep it real, okay? You're going to have folks who are last minute Larrys, if you will, right? The Arnold Schwarzeneggers and Phil Hartmans in Jingle All the Way, one of my all-time favorite Christmas movies, trying to find a Turbo Man on Christmas Eve, okay? Not everybody is going to be in the position on Christmas Eve to drop $8, $9, $10, $11, $1,200 cash money for you to try to flip a console. But if you are in that position, don't just buy it and say, oh, I'm going to leave it sealed and taped in the box so little Timmy can open it Christmas morning for the first time. No, go to the UPS store, go to FedEx office, and buy a roll of tape. You better open that dagnap box and make sure there's not a cinder block up inside that joint. You better make damn sure of that, because this is a big boy. The PS5, we talked about the specs. We streamed the specs in the breakdown last week. This is a big boy. This is a real big boy. Okay, it's going to be hard to front, but don't just go off weight alone. do your due diligence. Like now, there's no such thing as being too inquisitive when it comes to scenarios and situations like this, because I hate to say it, right? I try to assume the best in folks. I try to make sure that people try to do right by one another. But real talk, some folks just have nasty intent. Some folks are just out here to do dirty, right? Good and evil, right? The duality of the situation. And a lot of folks, there are folks out here who are buying up Xbox consoles and PlayStation consoles to flip them, right? That's just the time that we're in. It's the time we're in. Just to recap and refresh, because I'm gonna get off here in a few minutes. Okay, here's the strategy for tomorrow. This is the website, Ant Online. It is a U.S. website. It is an authorized retailer. They will have pre-orders for PlayStation as well as Xbox. Brace yourselves. If you can, whatever your best technological setup or scenario is, use that computer. If it's a desktop that's hooked to a hard line, do that. If it's a bougie MacBook Pro, use that. Close out all your apps. Don't have 15 or 20 programs running. Just focus on this. Make sure your memory cache is focused on trying to secure a console pre-order. They are only doing bundles. I must make that very clear, folks. They are unfortunately only doing bundles. So if you're trying to secure a console only, brace yourself. It's not going to happen. It's not going to happen. And the bundles, before they took them off the website, because I was looking at the website earlier today, cheapest bundle was $550. It was the disc version of the PS4 with a spare controller. Bundles went as high as $950. Everyone's situation is different. I talked earlier about if you get a bundle and it has games in the bundle that you don't care about, if they don't allow you to return the games separately, go to a Walmart, return the games, keep them brand new, keep them sealed, try to get some Walmart store credit, and then use that credit to buy whatever else you'd want instead. If you are in a financial situation where you can't upfront $700, $800, $900, find a credit card or a debit card that has $100 of free available credit on it. See if you can secure a pre-order and try to do the authorization game. Maybe they only put a $5 hold on it just to make sure the card is valid. And then they might not try to charge the remaining amount until it launches. That buys you a few weeks to kind of figure out your financial situation, okay? If this bundle does not ship by launch day delivery, if it gives you an option for expedited shipping, pay for expedited shipping. Joseph Thomas on YouTube, we do not know yet. So what I am showing people is this example here. Okay. Right here it says for this headset, right? This headset's in stock right now in case anybody needs it. Been talking about it all evening. Be the first to receive this item when it launches on November 12th, okay? So in a hypothetical situation, if you see this attached to a bundle, the probability of you getting it for launch day, I would say, is pretty darn good. If you see any other dates, if it says November 30th, if it says December 15th, if it says December 30th, if there is an option for expedited shipping, purchase expedited shipping, because that could potentially secure your bundle for a launch day delivery, okay? If this bundle does not offer expedited shipping and it's showing a later delivery time, end of November, early end of December, and you are really set and pressed on trying to get a launch day console, you need to be prepared to physically go to a Best Buy, Target, Walmart, or GameStop in that order in terms of priority. Wednesday, November the 11th, be there by 8 p.m., your local standard time, and play that game of when management comes out to start separating who's secured pre-orders, who's trying to buy one now, and play that game. That's going to be your best chance. Because at the very least, you have a console on standby, and if you get a console up front, you can cancel that pre-order, let someone else who actually wants or needs the console to have it, or you keep that pre-order bundle and sell it to someone who needs it, give it to someone who needs it, yada, yada, shmada. I don't tell you what to do in your private business. But we look for that jargon. Also, too, remember, Prime Day starts in about an hour and a half from now. You're going to be checking Amazon, right? My personal trend is console pre-orders do not drop during the hours where folks are sleeping. However, Prime Day is always a big thing. So a lot of people are on Amazon at midnight Eastern time to see Prime Day. I would definitely say check Amazon and flip between the two. Starting at midnight Eastern in about an hour and a half, about an hour and 25 minutes from now. I would do that for about 30 to 45 minutes. If nothing changes, go to sleep. You're not going to miss out. But Amazon could very well try to troll Ant Online and do the same launch time. So I'm personally going to be checking Amazon at 8 a.m. Pacific, 9 a.m. Pacific. Between 8 a.m. Pacific and 5 p.m. Pacific at the top of the hour, or at least 2 minutes until the top of the hour, I will be regularly checking Amazon. So Amazon is the other tab that you should have open. I will put this. I had the pre-order tab up from earlier. If you need it, Joseph, let me know. I will put this up there. Actually, I'll just go ahead and do it one more time just in case someone needs it. And then I will also put the... What's wrong with me? What's wrong with me? I will put that up there. And then if anybody needs, again, it is still in stock. I promise you, it will not stay in stock past for the bundles. I promise you it won't. I promise you it won't. PS5 Pulse 3D headset. Let your people know. I'm just spreading the gospel. Let your people know. Joseph on YouTube. Is Amazon basically for sure having a pre-order within the next couple of days? That is the word on the street. And you also have to treat it like this. Amazon has not had a real second or third wave of pre-orders, which means two things. One, they're due. They are due. And two, they could have purposely held back for Prime Day, right? Walmart dropped a second round of pre-orders. GameStop dropped a second round of pre-orders. Best Buy hasn't. So Amazon could have already known what percentage of their allocated PS5s based on the purchase order agreement they have with Sony. They could have said, okay, we're going to sell 40% of the consoles now. And we're going to save the remaining 60% that we have in this guaranteed allocated pre-order from Sony for Prime Day. I wouldn't say choose between the 2 days, right? Because Prime Day is Tuesday and Wednesday, so tomorrow and Wednesday. I would start with Tuesday. Especially if you wait like an hour and 20 minutes to check. It's not going to kill you. It's not going to kill you. But I promise you this. If you do not see it by 12:30 a.m., they're not dropping it. That is the trend. Nobody's dropping pre-orders when folks are usually sleeping. And midnight folks, East Coast, are usually sleeping, but for Prime Day, some people truly like to stay up and wait that out. So we will be checking, and online, we will be checking Amazon regularly. The other word on the street is Best Buy. Word on the street is that Best Buy is going to drop their Thanksgiving deals starting this week. I personally, with my data, have seen Best Buy's Thanksgiving, essentially they do like a Black Friday month, start as early as the first week of November. So I'm not entirely sure on it. However, they are due. They are due for a legitimate second wave of pre-orders. Best Buy is due. The question is will Best Buy do it? That's the difference. Joseph on YouTube. I'm really tempted by Ant Online, but the reviews are a little suspicious. Do you have any advice on that? So here's my thing. Wario64 shared the information. I'm going to take the risk, right? Because you have to think about it like this, okay? Let's say in a hypothetical situation, you secure a pre-order bundle from Ant Online tomorrow, okay? Let's say it's supposed to ship for launch day. And let's say it's December the 15th. They don't know when They don't know when they're going to get the bundles in. They don't know how. And they end up doing a full charge. So they charge you for the full amount of the bundle. Call your credit card company or your bank and get a refund. Or pay with PayPal and have buyer protection that way, right? So if I look here, we'll use a controller as an example. Pre-order, checkout, buy with PayPal. Safety. Secure with PayPal. Now here's the thing with PayPal, you have to have all the money up front. That's the only caveat. If you're playing the game of, I don't have enough money for a $600, $700, $800 bundle, but I want to try to secure a pre-order, don't pay with PayPal. If you have the funds, pay with PayPal, because PayPal will give you your money back. PayPal, 9 times out of 10 is on their verdict leans towards the side of the buyer, not the seller, side of the buyer. And also too, this page before they announced that was filled with bundles, and all the bundles said sold out. They had like 7 different bundles. So the fact that they removed the bundles, Joseph, tells me they're getting ready. They're getting ready. So we have a few options this week. We have a few options. I just want to make sure I don't miss anything else. Oh, Burger King, I don't know if you heard about it today. They are doing a PlayStation contest and also a UI reveal. Let's take a look at the video here. Sounds like the UI to me. Right? October 15th. That's Thursday. So just like how Taco Bell is doing an Xbox contest, I think it looks like Burger King is going to be doing a PlayStation contest. So, I mean, I'm not going to go run and order a Whopper to get one. I'm sure Burger King could definitely use the marketing. The Burger King that's not far from me actually ended up closing. They're pretty jank with service, but I do like their onion rings. Believe it or not, they have pretty decent onion rings when the grease is fresh. Random tidbit. The one other thing I wanted to talk about also too, they did talk about Anton Line here. PS5 pre-orders go live again. The fact that PSU is using, I'm telling you, if you don't follow Warrior64 on Twitter, you are doing yourself a disservice. Follow this man on Twitter. Follow this man. Straggly Rock on YouTube. Is Ant Online doing Ghost Charge? I don't know yet. We will see. We will see. We will see. We don't know. And now we play the waiting game. The other thing I want to show people is that, not that, don't know what that is. SteelSeries, I was talking about this earlier. SteelSeries dropped a headset for PS5. And, what does your headset, Covington Sheriff on YouTube, what does your pre-order receipt have on it? That's a good question. I used a different card for this pre-order, but let's see. Let's see what the order confirmation says. It shows the order number. It shows the order date, time. It says status. Pre-order received. Your order will now go to credit up. Okay. Covington Sheriff on YouTube. You see, that's why you the sheriff in town. You know what I'm saying? With your badge and all detective and stuff. How you doing? Okay. Good information. Status. Pre-order received. Your order will now go to credit approval for fraud screening. Once the launch date of November 12th, 2020 arrives, your order will be immediately moved to the warehouse where it is pulled and packed real time, 24 hours a day. Please note that you may no longer cancel your order once your order is moved to the warehouse automated sorting equipment. So the order has been confirmed. Someone on their support team, on their billing team, is going to make sure that everything matches up, the card number, the billing address, yada yada shmata. And it's saying November 12th, they will ship it. That's good to know. Covington on YouTube, tell me you got a charging station for the Wilson. They have one. They have one. If you need it, I will put this in the pre-order link. I will put this in the chat right now. This is the only place that has it too. Well, Target might, if you want to prefer a different retailer. They have the charging station. That's what I'm saying. They have every accessory right now. They have every accessory. Even the media remote, they have every single one. Target, let's look at Target. Target also has it. If you care about Target, I will throw Target in the chat right now. Target also has it. Target has the charging station. Target does not have the headset we checked earlier. Target has the media remote. If anybody needs their media remote, let me know. We will throw that link in the chat. Best Buy does not. And online's the only place right now that has the 3D headset. Let's remove this from the cart. Bet. They're the only ones that have it. Only ones that have it. Joseph on YouTube. I'm going to try to secure PS5 in a line tomorrow. How long do you think it'll take till it sells out? And do you think we will get it before Christmas? So here's really the main problem that we're going to have. And it's not even a PS problem. That's our main problem. We're not going to get just PS5 traffic tomorrow. They're doing Xbox Series S and X bundles at the exact same time. That's why I'm telling you, use your best device, whatever it is. If your cell phone is has better speeds than your $200 Chromebook, use the cell phone to order. And honestly, here's another tip too. I would probably have multiple tabs. Try it on yourself, if you're I'm right-handed, my dexterity here, I'm mouse with the right, thumb with the left, or vice versa. This is really going to be the biggest problem outside of both of them saying they're having extremely limited quantities. The problem is the amount of traffic. Whatever the traffic you thought would have been for the PS5, you need to go ahead and 2.5 to 3x that traffic. It's going to be chaos. So that's why I said get your situation set up now. If it's hardlining your computer to the router so you have a LAN connection and you're not running on Wi-Fi, if it's making sure all your tabs are closed, all your apps are closed, and you only have these tabs open so you can just constantly refresh, make sure your billing information is filled out. I don't know if they let you have an account. That's a careers page. Oh, well, look at this. This makes it look like it's in the U.S. Look at there, Oh, they're in the U.S. Look. Atlanta, Georgia. Atlanta Network Technologies. Well, there you go. This website, this company is based in Atlanta. If that does not give you some reassurance, I don't know what would. Target did me good. I asked their process. That's what's up. Shadow on Twitch. Appreciate you. Covington back on YouTube. What accessories you got pre-ordered? I pre-ordered one of everything outside the camera. And the only reason I didn't do the camera is because I don't know the specs on the camera. That's the only reason I didn't do it. If we go... Look at this. Here's something that's funny too for people. Two things, and I talked about this last week. PlayStation has a credit card. What? I don't make this stuff up. If you're in the right situation and you want to get that credit card, by all means do it. Only reason I have not bought the camera is two reasons. One, my streaming setup, I have better equipment. Two, I am waiting for the real specs on this camera. I've been telling people if it doesn't do 1080p at 60 frames per second, it's a waste. Because if it only does 30 frames per second, it's going to be a disservice. You know, frames, you got to be able to, you know, I'm using a Sony right now, you know, and it keeps me, hammer time, right in focus. 30 frames per second, you're going to look trash. Unless you are really budget conscious and it can swing 720p 60 frames per second. Then at that price point, I would understand it. But 1080p, if it's only doing 30 frames, it's a disservice to the community, in my opinion. I also talked about this last week. I want to see if it's still there. They have pulled, I don't know if you noticed this, they have pulled the PS4 and the PS4 Pro from all major retailers. They've pulled them all. And I, again, randomly stumbled upon this, that Sony directly is still selling the PS4 Pro. Why buy the PS4 Pro when you can get the PS5 digital? Now, I know the digital is a needle in a haystack, but again, some folks' situations are different. If someone has a PS4 right now and they're like, oh, I can't get a PS5, but they got a PS4 Pro for $399, I'm going to say, wait. Stop in the name of love before you break my heart. Just wait to get the PS5. DJ Looney on YouTube, waiting outside GameStop. Said only 20 people can come inside. Nothing about the PS5, so I'm really hoping that they do have some in person. That's just on. DJ Looney, are you outside right now? Or was this prior? First of all, who would want... Let me be like Juvenile and back that ass up. Who would want to walk into a GameStop right now with 20 people with COVID, mofos out here doing all kinds of reckless stuff? I talked about it 2 weeks ago. I will give GameStop this only golden thumb, and I mean one and only golden thumb. The fact that you could pre-order a PS5 console and only have to put down $50, and then you can pay off the remaining balance at the time of pickup. It allows folks who might be in a more financial dire strait to be able to secure a PS5. I respect that. Otherwise, bro. DJ Looney, I appreciate you tuning in. Let me know if you're outside right now. If you know somebody, I mean, I wouldn't buy this right now, but they're pulling them. So if you know someone who is in the market for a PS4 Pro or wants one for whatever reason, tell them Ali A from Two Hoes on a Console showed you that the PlayStation Store has it. And I would not play the waiting game on this either. If this is something that they want, you know, I would just try to get the digital, or I would just save the extra $100 and something after tax and get the physical, but they're gone everywhere else. And even Sony says right here, due to high demand, consoles limit one per household. Again, they're following the billing address on the cards you use. Not a lot of people have multiple billing addresses attached to their debit and credit cards. It's a smart way to do it. I respect it. I think even sometimes in the PlayStation Store, you have to log in with your PSN to be able to do it and to purchase it that way. So just keep that in mind. But even here, like, out of stock, right? Out of stock. What is... Now, the VR Iron Man bundle. Let me know in the chat if you do PlayStation VR. I am not... VR is not necessarily my cup of tea. I like to get stuff when it's actually legit, and I just don't think it's there yet. And also, too, you're going to have to get like this camera adapter cable and have all that original equipment if you want your VR to work on PS5. I think I would just rather wait for PS5 to come out with their own generation version of VR. That's just me, though, but it's a big investment. Again, they've also pulled this from the shelves, too, so it doesn't surprise me that you can only buy it directly from Sony. Shadow on Twitch. When is the best time for Steelbook Watch Dogs? So in terms of games, I I don't think you're going to have a problem with games selling out, because people are going to do a combination of the two. Now let's talk about games for a moment. Let's talk about it. Because I had mentioned it in the stream last week. Get a sip of water here for a moment. Again, it's your girl, Allie A, live, 2 hoes and a console on YouTube, on Twitch. I appreciate you all tuning in on this lovely Monday. This is my strategy for games. If it is a PlayStation 5 remastered copy, where you have to get that specific copy, meaning the developer is not going to upgrade you from a PS4 version for free to a free remastered version, then just get the game. You're not going to see too many PS5 version games on sale for the remainder of the calendar year. It would be dumb to do so. But a strategy that I am doing, because people have been asking me, like, Allie, are you going to sell your PS4? And the answer to that question is hell no. We all know the trend for Black Friday and Cyber Monday, deals on deals on deals for games. So what I'm telling people is, for the games that offer free PS5 upgrades from developers, buy them digital on PS4 now. Buy them digital on PS4 now, and then re-download them on PS5 when the time comes. But wait, right? So for example, Last of Us 2 came out. Everybody's loving it. I have purposefully held off on Last of Us 2 because I know when Sony drops their Black Friday, Cyber Monday holiday deals, Last of Us 2 is probably going to be either $29.99 or $24.99. And I'm a hoe that likes to save money on my car insurance by switching to Geico, okay? So I will buy The Last of Us 2 digitally from the PlayStation Store on my PS4 and then re-download it on PlayStation 5. Another example of a game I'm doing that with is Tony Hawk Pro Skater. The new remastered Tony Hawk Pro Skater 1 and 2. I purposefully am waiting till Thanksgiving week to purchase that game, because that game is probably going to be $29.99, $24.99. Hell, it might be $19.99. Same thing I'm doing with Madden. I never buy Madden day one. I never buy 2K day one, because Black Friday week, Target, Best Buy, Walmart, they all have the trend. They always go half price. I would rather pay $29.99 for Madden than $59 or $69.99. Now, 2K, the remastered edition for PS5, might be an exception to the rule. I might have to wait a little bit longer to get that version, because there's a dedicated PS5 remaster. So they're not upgrading, to my knowledge. 2K is not upgrading you from PS4 to PS5 automatically in terms of like features and things like that. So if a game says remastered, you need to buy that copy of the game. I don't know if it's down here. Where did it? Come on. Here's a good example. They just had it. I'll go back to it. Spider-Man Miles Morales. This is a great example, okay? Right here. You are getting the remastered version of Spider-Man. And why does remaster matter, right? Because the development team, right, so there's two things. We talked about this. When PlayStation talked about backwards compatibility, how some games would automatically get like a game boost for an enhanced experience. That is not the game being remastered. The game being remastered is the development team for that game took an extra 4 to 6, maybe as much as 9 months to make sure that all of the coding for that game took advantages of the features and the technology built inside the next-gen console. So the Marvel Spider-Man team took 4 to 9 months to do a complete remaster of that version of Spider-Man. And you can only get the remastered version of that Spider-Man by purchasing the Ultimate Launch Edition of Miles Morales. If you just purchase Miles Morales by itself, the one that's $49.99, you're not getting this game for free. And I have not played this Spider-Man, so again, this is the version of Miles Morales that I'm getting. I'm getting the Ultimate Launch Edition. I'm too busy playing GTA and Red Dead and Rocket League and other games, but people have loved this game, so I'm like, yeah, sure. Extra $20, I'm getting it remastered. Brand new game, brand new features, things unlocked, yada, yada, shmada. In terms of Steelbook Watch Dogs, I would just say, when is the launch? Let me go back to my browser here for a moment. Shop all. Let's see if the PlayStation Store has it listed. They don't have it listed? They're only showing these games? Okay, let's go to Best Buy. Best Buy has to have them listed. There we go. Don't ask me about Cyberpunk. Somebody asked me about Cyberpunk last week. I'm waiting until Halloween. Their dev team is in the war room. They're in lockdown. They are in burnout mode. They're working 6 days a week. I will reconvene about Cyberpunk post Halloween. I don't know if it's going to happen or not. Assassin's Creed is a yes for me. Immortals Phoenix Rising, this probably is going to be a no. The 2K21 is going to be a yes, but not on launch day. When the PS5 remaster goes on sale, either $20 to $30 off, then a hoe's going to be purchasing. I am not big on Call of Duty. Black Ops 4 didn't have a campaign mode, and I like story modes. I like campaigns. This is, for me, it's not a launch day, but it's a to be determined. It's a to be determined. Again, anything Steelbook, I don't need, right? So here's an example. One of my good friends, Queen BL, she's actually the secondary honorary hoe and 2 hoes on a console. She's going through Assassin's Creed Odyssey right now on PlayStation 4. The ultimate gold edition of Assassin's Creed Odyssey on the PlayStation Store right now is either $14.99 or $19.99. I'm not gonna pay $120. I will get the standard edition and be the happiest clam in the ocean. The only time I go up to like a deluxe or ultimate edition is really Rockstar related. Like when I bought Red Dead Redemption and I pre-ordered it, I pre-ordered the deluxe edition. And in campaign mode, it helped you out tremendously. Godfall is probably going to be a yes. Sackboy's to be determined. I'm going to wait for a discount. It's just because that's not my genre of game. But, again, it's a great franchise, right? Little Big Planet is a great franchise. Star Wars Lego, again, not my genre. Mortal Kombat, I will be purchasing, but I think this is a great example of a game that could be discounted, whether on the PS4 store, on PS Store for PlayStation 4, or the digital store for PS5 Thanksgiving week. So I'm going to hold off until Thanksgiving deals are up. Same for FIFA. I would hold off. FIFA is allowing free upgrades. So if you didn't know this, if you play FIFA, FIFA is doing free upgrades from PS4 to PS5. And they are doing free upgrades until FIFA 22 comes out. So you got a lot of time. I just bought FIFA 20 on the PS4 store for like $4.99. So again, I am not pressed to have to play FIFA day one. If you are pressed, buy it. But that's just not for me. We've talked about that. Here's Watch Dogs. Here we go. Steelbook. Watch Dogs. Legion Gold. Again, the release date is not announced. They say 2020, right? But here's the problem. Here's the problem when you have deadlines. There's always bugs, right? Even when Red Dead was supposed to come out a year prior, and they delayed it a year. But if it means you delay the game a year to make the overall user experience as best as it can possibly be, then delay the game. Shadow on Twitch, I'm not sure about the timeline. Do I think it could come out before Christmas? Perhaps. Do I think that's probable with the way stuff's going with COVID? And you have to also understand this too. A lot of people are not in-house. You've got developers working from home. You've got developers meeting up in private places, like trying to do 2, 3, 4 people in a war room at a time. Like, it's a hard time to be in game development. It really is. It's like it's an exciting time for us as a consumer because it's a next gen console. But to actually be a game developer right now, winter is here. Winter is not coming. Winter is here. So I don't know. We'll see. And I know this is the standard version. I I don't pre-order games without tentative dates. You know, it looks cool, it looks enticing, it looks exciting. The game I'm really looking forward to dropping, if they drop it on time, is Deathloop. I am a sucker for like Shaft 70s, go get you to that. The gameplay was hella fast. Almost gave you Tourette's because it was so fast. But to be able to do that at 4K 60 frames per second, I'm extremely looking forward to it. So to wrap up, we have our pre-order links. We know the next steps. Ant Online is based in the United States. That should give you hella comfort. That should take weight lifted off your shoulder. They are a US-based company. And now we know what it stands for. Atlanta Network Technologies. Who knew? Who knew? How now, brown cow? Okay? There's your PS5 link. We've thrown it in the chat all evening. They have every single accessory. Take advantage. Take advantage. Again, if your audio situation is not great, this is a great price point entry, right? To get some upgraded audio. I'm looking forward to hearing what the difference in technology will be in terms of their proprietary 3D audio that Sony talks about. Again, only time will tell. Sometimes with the headphones at these price points, it's really durability and the quality of the mic. So it's like the audio is pretty good, but the durability wasn't great. And then the mics, when you try to party chat, static goes in and out. If there is an alternative in terms of headset, SteelSeries, which is a company I love, has dropped their headset for the PS5. I think it's shipping this weekend. I think it comes out like the 17th. Here's the caveat with this though, and I don't think SteelSeries is slick at all for this. Why does this look like the regular Arctis 7? Designed for PlayStation 5. It looks like the Arctis 7. We'll watch the product video for shits and giggles, but to me, it looks like the Arctis 7. I mean, to have everything match on white would be pretty good, I guess. Wireless everywhere. Maybe I should have turned the volume
It's
up.
got
My bad,
next-gen
y'all.
connectivity, wireless, lossless, no delay, no drop, award-winning audio that you won't get on Bluetooth.
God, I hope they finish that damn game.
A next-gen power-efficient chipset with best-in-class battery performance. And it's made from reinforced steel, so it's going to last until next gen. Your next-gen headset is already here. Get next-gen performance for next-gen gaming. For glory.
There you go. So, I would say I personally use SteelSeries. I'm not sponsored by SteelSeries. Maybe one day they'll sponsor a hoe. But here's my problem with this, because I don't like people to feel like they're being taken advantage of. The specs on this joint are straight out of the regular Arctis 7. The only thing I noticed that's different is that it has this like USB-C type of pairing connector instead of their regular USB-A connector that had like a little circular Bluetooth receiver on it with a cord. So that is different. So maybe the tech is a smidge different, but it straight up is reminding me of the regular Arctis 7. Now, your price point for this is going to be extra $50. And if you care about colors, I just care about the damn thing working. But I would say if someone is looking for a headset and they really want to, get into it, and they don't want the Sony headset, I think this would be a great alternative to this. I might cop one of these just to compare and contrast, and maybe I'll do like a review video comparing and contrasting the two to see which one's better. But yeah, if you are looking for a upgraded version of the Pulse3D, and I can't really say it's an upgraded version because Sony is doing this proprietary 3D technology audio that none of us will know about until we got the joints on our ears, right? But this is something that you could potentially look into there as well. So, and online, 2 p.m. Eastern, 1 p.m. Central, 12 noon Mountain, 11 a.m. Pacific. It is going down like James Brown's speeding tickets, okay? May the force be with you. We will be reconvening on Wednesday at 9 p.m. Eastern, 6 p.m. Pacific. Keep this tab. I promise you, when you refresh it and those bundles drop, you got to be ready. This is also a website where you cannot pre-log in to complete a purchase. So before I go, I will show you what that looks like. Meaning you go, you check out, okay, I'm gonna pay with a credit card, and they, whoa, I'm not gonna put all that information there, and they immediately ask for all your stuff down there. But here's something, they're only offering ground shipping for $5. They may offer you some expedited information, they may or may not, but they're just gonna ask you, it's just a page that scrolls, billing information, uncheck a box if your billing and shipping information is different, and then from there, make the purchase. Make the purchase. And here it says right now, pre-order now, and this item will ship starting Thursday, November 12th. So, to each their own. May the force be with all of you. And I do mean all of you. Appreciate the follows, shares, subscribes, what have you. Again, I'm fairly new with this. Getting the chops down, but we will be back Wednesday, 9 p.m. Eastern, 6 p.m. Pacific. Information in terms of what we talked about today is in the channel description. Some folks have DM'd me asking about can they donate to the channel. I do have the Streamlabs link into the channel. It's never required to donate. Everything just goes into making it better. I'm going to do it regardless of if there's donations or not, because I just have fun. Real talk. And I'm all right. But, anything is obliged and appreciated. Otherwise, thank you so much for tuning in. I hope you all have a great rest. Yeah, they are on Lock Shadow on Twitch. I hope you all have a great rest of your morning, afternoon, evening, wherever you are located on planet Earth. I want you to come back to the stream on Wednesday. I want you to let me know, Allie, I secured the pre-order. You hooked the girl up. You hooked me up. I want to hear about those stories. It warms my heart to pieces. Otherwise, you all take care. You all stay safe. I will continue to be doing updates on Twitter. Definitely follow on Twitter, 2 hoes in a console, just the number 2 hoes in a console. All the social media, obviously Discord, Facebook, Instagram, all are at the top. Feel free to follow and do your thing. Otherwise, you all stay safe. I hope you have a great rest of your evening. One love, yeah? One love. Get your PS5. Get your PS5. Get your PS5. Stay alive. Get your PS5. See ya.